You think this is funny?
Whoa.
You all think this is funny?
Hey.
Okay. You want some of me? You want some of me? You want some of me, right? Need I remind you who I am? My name is Michael Cole, and don't you forget that.
We're going to remember you as the guy tonight who got his ass kicked.
Oh, baby! Oh, that powerful shot right to the bird-like chest of Michael Cole. Come on, you break it into the... Oh, no! Oh, no! He's been pantsed. Oh, look at those underwear. Come on, have some fun with him, John. Don't... Yeah. Oh, my God.
That match at WrestleMania was a joke. Jerry Lawler whipped you and you know it. I think right now you owe an apology to the King. Say, I'm sorry.
Jerry.
Yeah?
Jerry, my friend.
Yes?
Jerry, I'm so sorry, Jerry. Jerry, I'm so sorry. Jerry, I'm so sorry, Jerry.
That's a great start. There's one more man who deserves an apology tonight, and that's the guy you drove off the commentary table, Hall of Famer Jim Ross.
Oh, yeah.
I know good old JR is watching. I want you to give him a heartfelt apology to JR right now.
JR, you're my mentor. You're my idol. You're the man I look up to. I'm sorry.
That really hurts him.
I'm sorry.
That is killing him to say that.
Oh, one more thing. Man, I do love JR's barbecue sauce, don't y'all?
JR's barbecue sauce?
So does Michael. Listen to him tell you how much he loves JR's barbecue sauce.
It's slobber knocker good.
That pretty much says it all. Man, I wish we had some barbecue sauce here tonight.
JR's barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? I always keep a little JR's barbecue sauce right here at ringside. Look, John.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
King has got some barbecue sauce.
Good old JR sauce.
I won't be needing this in it.
Oh. There you go. You need more? Oh, sauce it. There you go. Sauce it, baby. Oh, Cole. Oh, I'm sorry. Gave him the hot sauce. That's the spicy sauce. I guarantee you his mouth is burning. Better put that fire out. Well, I think we got a yes chant going. When that stuff hot in your mouth, Michael. That's the icing on the barbecue. Those hips smoking. Oh, no. Yes.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232. or 888-922-2149.
The tower of power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, oh yeah.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Really? Yeah!
I have to agree with The Miz. Really? Is that what we were just exposed to? And I use that term in multiple facets. Hello and welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Vince McMahon returns to Raw this coming Monday, just in time for everyone to wonder, has he lost his mind? Of course, the clip that you heard there, the bullying, I guess, by John Cena, kind of getting his on the longtime heel announcer Michael Cole, but I don't know. Do we really need to see Michael Cole stripped to his skivvies and then having barbecue sauce poured on him and then being sprayed by a fire extinguisher? And does anyone over the age of 9 find that entertaining? I don't know. I hate to sound really critical, but I was a little creeped out by it. I think that kind of gives you an idea, if that came from Vince personally, what it gives you an idea of what's going through his mind, and I have to admit, it's a little scary. We've got that to talk about. We've got TNA turning 10 with Slammiversary tomorrow. I've got my predictions certain to go wrong for that. I've got tons of news and notes, and we've already got a full board, so I'm going to switch things up a little bit. We're going to go right to the phones, hanging ever so patiently. We have from the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, I believe, we have Eric, if you want to turn on 12A there, Bill. Or 12B, I'm sorry. On, there we go. Get B up. Oh. I said A and I meant B. A little technical. There we go. All right, we got Eric up here.
Hey, how's it going?
There he is. Okay, we had to get everything in sync, and we're good to go.
I was going to say, it's not that early in the morning over there for you guys.
Well, it just turned over to noon here. Things are always a little interesting right after Denny O's polka show. Well, I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, what's on your mind?
I just want, I know it's probably a few weeks late, but I want to talk to you about the Jericho suspension in Brazil a few weeks back.
Yes, we did kind of go over that. I think that was the week I was out for the wedding and had the interview episode and grazed over it briefly. But yeah, Jericho, of course, suspended for the incident down in Brazil, denigrating the Brazilian flag. All, of course, just being in character. And the result was an indefinite turned into 30-day suspension, which Jericho's about halfway through.
I was going to say, have you been followed him on Twitter? Because I guess he's been counting down the days with random Jericho facts. Yeah,
he has had some. I've caught most of them. I'll have to admit, I'm not as frequent a Twitter follower as I probably should be, but I do get some bits and pieces and various info here, there, and otherwise. But yeah, he's been doing that. I think starting with day 27 and. Trying to think I'm trying to look up what day he's at now. I know it's coming up. He's I was going to say, somewhere in the mid-teens, I would say.
Oh, yeah, I think the last time I checked, I think a couple of days ago, it was right around 14, 15. So I'm assuming he has about 2 weeks left.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have too terribly long to go, thankfully. I'm trying to pull it up as I'm chatting with you. He's got a lot of, he's got Fozzy stuff going on, so that's certainly helping take care of things. He should be on 14 later today, as he posted yesterday. 15 years ago, I was in the top of the Super Junior tournament for New Japan Wrestling. I didn't win, and then the 15th Amendment gives you the right to vote. So some interesting, personal factoids and just other factoids having to do with the certain numbers.
Okay, I know. I was going to get your opinion about the Orton suspension, and if this could be the time for McMahon to finally make new stars.
Well, his hand is kind of forced, isn't it? Sure, we're probably going to see a little bit more of The Rock and Brock Lesnar, but, Lesnar, he's 35. He obviously had some medical issues going on for a while. The Rock, he just turned 40 not too long ago. So, sure, he's in great shape, but, how much longer can you go to that well? We've pretty much seen the end of the era as far as Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Triple H. I doubt you'll see the three of them in any capacity in the ring at any point. So, yeah, the hand is kind of forced because how much longer can you ride with Cena? I don't know. If I see any more barbecue saucings and poop jokes and gay jokes and other things that Cena's throwing out there, I don't know. I'm ready to throw my remote through the TV.
I don't know. I am about 10 years past John Cena.
And you're not alone in that. I mean, I think I'm just about there with you, but not too far behind. I mean, that's the thing. They've had many opportunities to make new stars, and just as they're kind of, I hate to use the term, but I guess it's pretty accurate, kind of breaking through that glass ceiling, they bump their head and get knocked back down for whatever reason. I mean, we've seen that with Jack Swagger. We've seen that with Kofi Kingston. We've seen that with The Miz. I mean, just to name a couple. I mean, they're all there on the roster, and they've just kind of, whatever momentum and credibility they've had has been shot with months and months worth of losses. I don't know if that's, kind of a paying your dues thing, as opposed to doing it in the territories back in the day, now doing that on TV. The problem is, once it's time to build them back up, they're already looked at as complete losers. They're just about a half step above Barry Horowitz.
Yeah, I was watching Raw, I think from either 07 or 08 within the past 2 months, and the main event for that Raw was Cena putting the title on the line against Umaga and Great Khali, and it was weird to know that about 5 years ago, Cena was still in the main event on Raw. Yeah, it'd be nice to they could start building up different guys to take over Cena's spot, like you said, because who knows how much longer Cena's going to be around.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm looking back from some of the Today in Wrestling history posts I've done. I mean, even looking back, from June 7th, 3 years ago, you had Edge, Jeff Hardy, and, it took CM Punk cashing in his Money in the Bank to make that. I mean, it was a great ladder match, but, I mean, Edge is retired. Jeff Hardy's over in TNA, just kind of lingering and, I guess, collecting a paycheck, really. And, so a lot of those guys are gone, and there haven't really been any replacements brought up because at one point or another they've been fed to Super Cena.
Could we see a possible debut a new WWE champ with the name of Fearon?
Yeah, I doubt that. Well, first of all, even though I've got a radio show, I'm not nearly charismatic enough, and frankly, I don't have the size that Vince McMahon wants. He wants somebody who's at least 6'2", 235. I'm 5'9", and about a biscuit over 200. So there's no way that Vince, even if I did go up to Titan Towers up there in Stamford, Connecticut, and had even a tryout with WWE, Vince would take one look at me and say, "Get out!" No, it just wouldn't happen.
Well, just so you know, Fran, I think you got the face of radio, so I think you're good to go.
You're not the first person to tell me that, and I'm more than certain you won't be the last either. Thanks so much for the call, Eric. I got to run. Oh, my goodness. That's kind of like the why did the chicken cross the road of broadcasting, the old face for radio gag. And I'm sure somebody who could tell me a lot more about that would be Bill Melody, who I'm sure has heard it many, many, many more times than I have. And yet he's not a day over 35. It's amazing.
39.
Oh, 39. Oh, okay. See, you look younger than I even thought. All right. Let's... Okay, yeah, that's I think one of the rare times where I'm not quite so honest on radio, but that's all right. I'd like to think I still have most of my integrity left. Let's keep going back to the lines here. Let's before we take care of some business, let's get to the look at the local scene, courtesy of Ed from the Northeast. Ed, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Good afternoon. We have Extreme Rising coming to the area.
Now, yes, Extreme Rising. That's kind of the rebranding of the Extreme Reunion after the debacle from about 6 weeks ago up there at the PA Armory Guard with Shane Douglas and the like, right?
Yeah, they have Northeast Armory, and the night before it's in New York, the 29th.
Oh, okay, they're doing like a two-night thing.
Yes, with 7 p.m. bell time. And we have Tribute to Pro Wrestling coming this coming Friday with a Bret Hart sighting at the First Energy Stadium in Reading.
That should definitely be a good one. Always good to see the Hitman.
Yeah, and we also have September 22nd, You probably have that in your news and notes.
Yeah, September 22nd, that was announced from my good buddy Doug over at George's Cards and Collectibles. Well, kind of an all-day thing. Yes, Sinomania 8 will be making its way. Of course, all the details are at sinomania.com. That's going to be Saturday, September 22nd, a mere 15 weeks from now. It's going to fly by, I'm telling you. And then, of course, later that night, of course, after the meet and greet during the day, you've got the Great Championship Wrestling GCW Danger Zone. That's going to be a 7 o'clock bell time. Doors open at 6 o'clock.
And we have Mick Foley coming to the area for his comedy bit.
The lighter side of wrestling, to say the least.
Yeah. Reading, PA, and Hazelett, New Jersey.
Hazelett, New Jersey, and Reading. Okay, so a little bit of a hike, but to see the hardcore icon. Oh, of course, I can only imagine some of the stories and fun. Yeah, there you go. Make sure you're of age. Have a few cocktails while enjoying some of the humorous stories of Mick Foley.
The one I see his act, and that's why it's 21 and over.
Ah, I see. Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, they have that one guy there that always puts it over the edge.
Oh, you can only imagine. Yeah, it brings up some interesting memories. All right, thanks so much for the call, Adam. Up against a break. Always appreciate the look at the local scene. Didn't know when I was going to break that in the hour, but that was some good time to bring it in there. Yes, Sinomania 8. That'll 99.9% sure be over at the Bucks County Technical High School right over on Worcester Road there in Fairless Hills. And then, of course, the GCW Danger Zone. That'll be later that night. More details, of course, to follow. You can check it all out at georgescollectibles.com and I believe sinomania.com for more information, and they'll give you all the links and whatnot. And we'll take care of a little bit of business. We'll come back. We'll take a look at TNA Slammiversary. I've got my predictions certain to go wrong. A ton of Facebook feedback on a number of different things, and it's just been flying in even over the course of the last 15 minutes of this show. Ever since the start, the Facebook feedback's been just going nonstop. So we'll get to that. More of your calls. We've got Dan waiting and room for you as well. 215-949-3232 or toll free at 888-922-2149. Again, the Facebook feedback, you can chime in, look up WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly. And, of course, if you missed any of the shows, the archives are up on YouTube. Again, just search WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly. That's what this is, Pro Wrestling Weekly, here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.